Hello, this is SkateCode because coding is fun and we skate. On this channel we are going to talk about Python programming, Linux, a little bit of games and other topics of similar interest. And today we are going to talk about the 5 tools that I always put in my Requirements.txt when I create a Python project. And without further ado, let's start. So first, today is April 19th, 2024. Okay, what do I put in my requirements.txt when I create a new Python project? So first I'm going to tell you everything, and then one by one we are going to look at each of the tools. So first goes Black. Second is Mypy, SkateCode, Bandit, and Isort. Now let's explain why. So what are these? First, Black is uncompromisable code formatter. If you want to learn to code in style, if you want to write stylish code, this is the tool that you should use. Mypy is, along with SkateCode, are static code analyzers. Specifically, Mypy is looking for type hinting, and it signals you any errors that you might have in regarding to type hinting. SkateCode is another linter which is going to signal you of any errors that you might have in the code even before you run it. Now Isort might look a little bit simple, but still Isort simply sorts your import statements. That's all Isort does. And finally, Bandit. What Bandit does, it analyzes your code of any security vulnerabilities. For the purpose of this demo, let's look at some very ugly written Python code. And also, if anyone wonders, the editor that I'm using is Geany 1.38. Why I use Geany? Because it's lightweight, and I used it for many years for Perl development, and now I use it for Python development. Along with Geany, I also use VI, basically Vim. I tried to use Neovim, but so far didn't adopt it. Now, this is a very ugly written Python code. Of course, we have the shebang, then we have some imports, then we have a class with one method, and we have type hinting, and we have some variables here, and one ugly written print statement at last, and also few ugly written comments. Basically, it's one ugly written and looking Python code. No, Python code doesn't look ugly in general. Python code looks actually very beautiful, but this one specifically was written to look very ugly. Now, in order to understand what each of the tools do, I'm going to demonstrate you each of the tools one by one command line, because each of these tools after installation can be activated command line. They can be run in your shell. Of course, you can set up your editor as I did, and I'm going to show you later that I also did set up Vim and also Neovim to use all of these tools. But right now, I'm going to demonstrate the tools one by one, command line. All right, let's go. So, here is the file. But first, as we can see, we have the requirements.txt, but we have no Python virtual environment. So this is exactly what we are going to create right now. And if you do not know yet what is a Python virtual environment, please wait. Soon I'm going to create a video and explain shortly what is a Python virtual environment and why you should always use one. So, in order not to miss my future video, please do subscribe for my channel. Thank you very much. You're going to help me a lot. Now let's create a virtual environment. Oh, and yes, for the purpose of this demonstration, we are using Python 3.10.12. So, okay, do we have it? Yes, we have it. It's here. Okay, now let's install the tools from the Requirements.txt. Oh wait, totally forgot. I'm sorry. My bad. Of course. Now our virtual environment is active. So now let's install the modules, the tools actually. Sweet. In case anybody wonders, we are running Ubuntu Linux 22.04.4 long-term support, sorry. And we are on Intel platform. So we have the virtual environment active, we have the tools installed, we have an ugly looking Python code. Let's start with Mypy. So we can run it command line like this. Of course, you can just directly run Mypy. I pretty much think the virtual environment will pick the right Mypy. Okay, what do we see here? On line 17, we have an error. Incompatible types in assignment. Why? Let's check why. It tells me why, but let's see. Line 17 is right here. Okay. So syntactically this is a little bit wrong. Let's add parentheses. Now let's check again. Alright, we fixed this error. But now we have another error. On line 19 we have incompatible types in assignment. It tells me why, but let's see it for ourselves. Line 19. So with our type hinting, we are telling that variable C should be type string. Instead, we are assigning an integer value, and this is wrong. So what should we do? Well, for example, fine, success, no issues found in one source file. That was Mypy. Let's run Flakate. Oh, this hurts. Actually, it hurt my heart to see so many errors in my source code. What should we do here? Alright, so we can start fixing. It tells me line 3 character 1, line 5 character 1, line 14 character 1, blah 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 blah, and we are getting crazy in this very moment. But For example, let's see line 18, character position 3. There is a white space before the semicolon. 18 line 3, okay, 18. All right. There is a white space, that's right. Okay. Should we see now line 18 among the messages, the error messages? We still see it because we have multiple spaces after the operator. Why? Because I left too many spaces. Let's run again. Line 18 is gone. We fixed this error. And so on and so on. We can continue. See, it tells me that, for example, this line is too long. There are missing white spaces after the comma and different things missing. Okay, so basically I should start fixing whatever he reports. Let's continue the demonstration. Bandit and Isort. Let's first go for Bandit. Oh, what do we see here? Actually, we see no issues identified. So, Bandit tells me my code is fine. Great. Now, the thing is, Isort and black are formatters. So, you can actually put it one after another because they basically reformat the code. All right, let's look at our code. So we have first import random, finally we have import time, and in between we have from typing import list. What will Isort do? It will resort only the import statements. It will not touch the rest of our code. Okay, it says fixing. What happened? Oh, our file has been changed. Let's reload. So remember, we can actually copy this, put it into a visual diff, and see what will happen. Let's reload. Bam! Oh, it looks different. How different? Let's compare. Okay. So this is what Isort did. It kept import random, but it switched the import time with from typing import list. So according to Isort, this is how it should look like. In case you wonder, this too is called melt. Okay. Finally, we have this sorted, but the rest of the code still looks bad. And let's really make it bad. So it looks ugly. Actually, no, still. This is ugly enough. Let's put some spaces here. It looks so ugly. I can't stand it. So this is why black was invented. And this is how black helps. Reformatted demo.py, all done, one file reformatted. Okay, so to show you what exactly happened, let's do a diff. Now we see, so he inserted one line here and he put one space before the word one because it considers that there should be one space between the start of the comment and the first character of the comment. Now disregard that it looks like a dot here. This is actually a space. There were no spaces around the equality operator, the assignment operator, so he put spaces. There were too many spaces here, so these spaces are gone now. And there were no spaces here, so there are spaces now. There were too many spaces here, these spaces are now gone. And pretty much that's it. Now, does it look better? Yes, it does. Good. This is why I use these tools. Again, these are Black, Isort, Mypy, Flake8, and Bandit. And I just showed you how to run them command line one by one. However, this is not the most convenient way of doing your everyday job. So what we can do, let me show you. First, we are going to restore the ugly version of my code. Good. Now it looks ugly as it was looking initially. Great. Oh, actually this is even uglier version. It was created before the actual demo for this video. Great, let's reformat this one. Okay, so there is a way that you actually configure whatever editor you are using to use these tools. So in my case, I'm using Geany, as I said, Geany. Geany is a multi-platform editor. You can have it on Windows, you can have it on Linux. I am not sure about Mac OS, but for Linux and Windows, you can have it for sure. I used it on both platforms, and it's available for different distributions. I configured Geany to, as you can see, use Flake8, Mypy, and Bandit in one command, and use Black and Isort on another command. So let's first reformat. I created an entry here called Pythonic format. So when I click it, it actually reformatted the file. Yes. Reload. It looks a little bit better. Now, how about running the linters? So I configured this item here, which actually is assigned to F9 key on my keyboard, to run all the linters at once. Bang. So Geany conveniently underlines in red the lines where which are problematic, where I have errors. And I can see this line is too long. Actually, it's written right here. These are the linter errors. It's not very convenient the way it works in Geany, but this is why, but after all it works. Now let's leave Geany alone and let me show you how it looks in other editors. Now I actually have VS-Codium, but I don't use it, I don't like it. I installed it just for the purpose of trying it, and I haven't configured these tools in VS-Codium, but there is a way for you to configure it and use it in VS-Codium. Good. Let's restore the ugly version, and now let's run Vim. What you're going to see is going to look better. See? So on the left we have some stuff. Now dash dash with yellow color indicates a warning. However, these two signs on red color indicate an error. And what the way to see is what's the problem is just go to the line, and here on the status line it will say the error message. So random imported but not used. Unlike the previous code, Python code, in this file right here I really don't use random. Same for the other ones. And too many blank lines here. Block comment should start with the comment sign and then a space. Missing white space around the operator, multiple white spaces, and so on and so on. Now, however, you are going to witness a little bit of magic. So let's save this file. Whoa, magic happened. So yes, we still have the warning messages here, but what happened with the file, it was automatically reformatted for us by Vim. Magic. I love this actually, it's very convenient, and I'm going to tell you why. Now let's look how this looks in Neovim. So first let's restore the ugly code to its ugliness, and let's run Neovim. Oh yes, for the purpose of this demo I am running Vim 8.2.2121 and Neovim 0.9.5. Alright. Okay, here it looks even a little bit better. Why? So on the left we have indicated the warnings with a little bit more convenient sign, because it just tells me the letter W, which stands for a warning, in yellow, and the letter E, which stands for error, in red. Great. However, unlike Vim, where I should go to the line so I can see in the status line the warning message or the error message to get the detail of what the problem is, here the warning messages and the error messages are showed in line right after my line of code. So in this case, and they are also color coded up accordingly. So here we can see that these are the warning messages for this code. These are the error messages for these lines of code. Now, will the magic happen again? Let's find out. We are going to save the file. Bang! The magic happened again. Great. Still, we have the 3 warning messages here, and also 1 error message still persists. Why? Because these lines of code here and this message here, actually this error here, requires my intervention as a programmer in order to fix this manually. This cannot be fixed automatically. So this is why I will fix this manually, because the editor have no idea if I have actually any intention to write more code which would use these modules. And because this line is too long, he doesn't know which characters to delete. This is why my human intervention is required. So, okay, let's delete. Wonderful. And let's delete here. This should actually fix it. Sorry. Great. Now everything looks nice and clean. Great. And now I'm going to show you exactly how this magic happened. So what you witnessed is actually called Ale. So Ale is a plugin for Vim and Neovim. And what this plugin does is that actually you can configure here which tools you need to be run. And basically this is about linters, about formatters and stuff like this. Ale exists, as I said, both for Vim and Neovim, so you can install it. And I think there is also Ale for other editors, but I'm just not quite sure. But yeah, it indicates also that it exists on Windows, so you can use on Windows too. Great. And as for the other tools, they have actually respectful pages that you can visit for documentation on each of them. So this is for the documentation for Black, which is on pypi.org. The documentation for Mypy, which is on, you can actually get it from PyPI too, but this is mypy-lang.org. flakate.pycqa.org. It will be available also on PyPI for sure. bandit.readthedogs.io. Actually, on Read the Dogs, most of the documentation should be available. I haven't tried actually. And Isort. And that's it. Now you know which are the 5 tools that I always include in my requirements.txt for every Python project that I do. Hope this video helps. Hope this video is useful to you, and please let me know if you have any questions, and if you find this video informative and useful, please give me a thumb up and like this video and subscribe to my channel. This will show me that you really like my video and that I helped you somehow. I will be really glad if this video somehow helped you to become a better Python programmer. And also I promise that I will do more Python videos, Python programming, more Linux videos, and time to time gaming videos, because my focus for this channel is actually coding. Now, in case anyone wonders why the logo of the SkateCode, my channel, includes a skateboard, this is because I actually skate time to time. And in real life, I am actually a professional programmer. I'm going to do a separate video where I will present myself so you can see who is actually the guy who is talking to you. I am a professional programmer for the last 20 years. Thank you very much for watching SkateCode. Please like and subscribe. Post comments if you have any questions. I would love to help you. Thank you. Bye.